Yes, it's me, FIDE Master John Curtis from New South Wales Central Coast of Australia, and Grandmaster Teddy here, and we're back at Chess School. And what we're going to do today is we're going to present you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games of chess that we've played in the last 36 hours. And they're all played on the 31st of January, actually. And we're playing players from Norway, Hungary, France, Poland, Brazil, and Spain and Germany. And we want to share some of those games with you and take you on our journey where we moved up from a rating of 2,200 to about 2360, 2350 or 2360. And so we're going to show you how we did that. And these are the key games that led us to our much higher rating. We were languishing around about 2200, weren't we, Teddy? Well, yes, you were, Johnny. You were not doing very well. But I made a comeback, didn't I, Ted? Yes, you did. Anyway, here we go. Right, so we're just going to have a look at these games now. And the first game we're going to look at is a game against you. Here he is. We'll wait for it. I'm going to pronounce this eu-sei-sua-senha, 2244 from Brazil. And I played at 92.2% accuracy in this game. And my opponent played at 82.4. The game only lasted 27 moves. But we'll show you the game anyway. Here we go. This is game one. Okay, rightio. Let's not show you the top position. We'll get into the game. Right, here we go. My opponent opened up with e4, and I played e5. It's a 3-minute plus 2-second increment blitz game. You'll see the clock there. You can see the clock there on the board, just on top or underneath the board. And we've got the evaluation bar to show you that white has got a slight advantage right now. So he's had an extra move. Anyway, knight c6. He played bishop c4, and we've got the Italian game. I played a6, and I thought, well, I'll just see what he does. I'm just going to wait for him. I'm hoping to get the marshal, but he castled quickly. So I played knight f6. Now, I think knight g4 is actually probably more effective now that he's actually castled. Anyway, he played d3, and I was happy with that. I played bishop e7, and now I'm just developing my pieces as rapidly as possible. That's the plan. He played c3, and so I thought, I better castle quickly. But I played d6 first, just to support my centre. He played knight b5 to d2. And now I played knight hits bishop. That was one of my little tricks. So that's why I played a6. It wasn't a good move initially, but now it's actually turned out good because I'm attacking his bishop. Oh, yes, and he can check me here. But if he does, I can just play c6, and I can still take the bishop any time that I like. So here we go. So we're playing, he played d4. He thought, I better strike in the centre. So I took his bishop, and he took with the knight, recaptured with the knight. So I took his e-pawn, and it's in this position. I'm hoping he'll just take this pawn, and I can play d5, and I'm fine. So, but he played queen e2. I played d5 anyway, and he took the pawn. Now, when we look at this position, white's got really good development. White's got better development than black, but black's got the two bishops. So I castled quickly to protect my situation here. He played bishop f4, so now he's fully developed, and I'm not fully developed yet, and so it's very important to get my pieces out. I played f6. I thought it's important to try to remove his knight at some stage I'm going to attack that knight anyway, so I thought, why not do it now? He moved the knight back, and then it's here I played rook e8. Well, the idea is to just line up the castle with the queen. Is that right, Teddy? Oh, that's right, Johnny. Thank you, Teddy. It's good to get confirmation from the Grandmaster. Okay, so he played rook e1. It's a very strong move because don't forget my castle here is not protected. So he's actually queen. If I move all my pieces, he can actually take that because he's got his castle behind the queen. So I've got to be a bit careful. So I played bishop pins the knight. I thought I'll try to distract him a little bit. And he attacked me. Well, it's not good to take the knight. It's not a good move to take the knight. So I moved my bishop back, and the benefit of moving the bishop back is it protects the castle, you see. And now in this position, because I've got the two bishops, I've solidified the centre, limited his knight moves a little bit. The evaluation bar is saying black's got an advantage. Okay? Right, so he played bishop e3, and now I've got to improve my position. There's one thing to have an advantage, but it's harder to win it. You know, I played c6. I just want to have a good pawn support. He played knight f4, and he's attacking my bishop, so I slipped it back here where it's nice and safe. I can always kick his knight away if I need to. Played queen c2, and now I think he's trying to play this move so that if I take the pawn, he can take the knight, something like that. Anyway, so I played bishop d6. I thought, well, I'll just develop my pieces. Now if he pushes the pawn, I could just take it off for nothing. Okay, so he played knight back. But he's giving me, the problem with knight back is he's giving me open lines. You know, I played queen c7. As you can see, the evaluation bar, it's stretched further, and now I'm winning comfortably. He played knight takes, I played rook takes. Now I'm on the knight 3 times. On that knight 3 times. He moved the knight back. And I thought, well, good time to attack his queen. Look at bishop there on his queen. Anyway, he played rook there. Good move. So I doubled my castles, putting pressure on his castle down here. He played bishop back. And I thought, well, logical chess, move by move, we'll just take that. He takes back, and now, because he can't take with the knight, remember, if he takes with the knight, he's going to lose his queen. And I love that pin there, so I thought, well, I'll take his rook as well. And when his bishop takes, I simply play this move here, queen here, and I'm actually threatening bishop takes knight, and if the queen recaptures, I can take the bishop. So he's got to move the bishop or protect it. He moved his king over to protect it, but however, queen e4, and now he must lose a piece. And it's in this position that my opponent resigned. Okay, because he's 2,244. Is eu-sei-sua-senha from Brazil, and he's a piece down. So I hope you enjoyed that game, and we'll move to the next game now. We'll go back. We'll just go back here. And next game is, I've marked it down as game 19 against Alexander 555. And here he is here. We'll have a look. I played at 94.7% accuracy. And again, it's a 3 minutes plus 2 second increments. And we'll have a look at the game. For the purposes of this game, I'm outrated. Alexander 555, he's rated 2,437. He's from Poland. A lot of good players come from Poland. And I'm only rated 2299, so I'm under 2,300. And I'm on the ascendancy. So we'll just see how the game goes. And right. I played e4. I played e5, same as last time really, knight c6, except I don't play that wasted move a6. I actually play a little bit better. He pushed the pawn, I took it off. He played pawn there, and now he wants a gambit. He wants the Scotch game, the Goring gambit. Anyway, I played d5. I tried to avoid it because I'm not very good against it. Shh, don't tell everybody, okay? Right here. he took the pawn off. I recaptured with the queen, developed my pieces. He played pawn takes pawn, so I played knight f6. And he hit me, so I thought, well, I'll pin his knight. And so I don't have to move my queen straight away, but I can also castle. So when I bring the bishop out, it gives me time to castle. And he played bishop there. I think another good, yeah, it's a good solid move. Prepares to castle. And once he's castled, he's attacking my queen with the knight. You know, I played knight hits knight. Because he didn't attack me with the pawn, I thought, well, I'll just play knight there, just see what he does, right? It's always good to see what they do. And he played queen to d3, and I thought, that doesn't look like a good move. So I played bishop to f5, and now I'm actually threatening knight here, attacking the queen and attacking the rook and the bishop, see? So that's a real threat, and he can't take the knight because he's pinned to his king. So he put his queen on a bad square. He played knight hits bishop, and it's in this position. I thought, well, why not? Let's play knight takes knight. I'm attacking his queen, and now it's in this position. He took the bishop. Now, he probably should take with the queen. He should have taken the bishop with the queen, because what move do I play here? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. We're in chess school, Grandmaster Teddy, and it's up to the players to find the right move. Well, if you suggested knight check here, right, you were correct, because that interferes with the protection of the queen on the knight, and he simply plays king here, and we take the knight. So now we've got an extra piece. Okay, now he can try to win a piece back with pawn here, but I can play knight here and protect the queen. So that doesn't work. So what does he do? He plays bishop hits knight. Very logical. I played knight d6. I went for the logical knight d6. And now I want to swap pieces. Why? Because I've got an extra piece. Okay. He played queen checks. Not a bad move. And I played king to d8. Well, he can't get any castles or anything on that line because there's a pawn there. So he's not achieving anything there. So I was quite happy to put my king here. And then I want to quickly get my castle to e8. So there's a checkmate down there. Okay, so he played pawn hits queen. So I gave him a check. So in this position, he played bishop there. So I thought, well, what do I do now? Well, I thought I'll play queen back here. Now I'm threatening the castle. So he's having a bit of a problem here. And he played bishop there. So I took a pawn off. I thought, well, I'll take a pawn. Why not? Take a pawn. He played bishop takes knight. So, well, I took his queen, took back, and I played pawn takes bishop. In this position, White has 5 pawns. White might be rated 137 points higher than me, but you can't win when you've got no pieces. So anyway, he played rook here. He thought, I'll play a few moves and see if it is a mistake. Played king to d7. I protected that pawn. After all, it's an extra pawn. I've got 6 and he's got 5. Played king to g2, develops his castle, good move. I played bishop back there, right? Now, why would I play bishop back there? Well, I want to challenge his bishop. I'm not happy with his bishop just annoying me. He played rook here. Bishop to d4 might have been a little bit better. Anyway, I just played bishop hits bishop, and now I'm happy to take his bishop off. He moved his bishop, but it's not really threatening anything because if he takes the knight, the pawn can recapture, and I'll be happy with the swap. So I just got my castle working, and the idea of playing the castle here is to play rook e2 and threaten this pawn here. He played rook there, and I played rook to e6, or rook e6, and the plan is to hit his bishop. Now, if he takes the knight, I can just take back with the pawn, and then I'm on that pawn with check. So it's a problem for him. His best move is to probably play his king forwards or something like that. Anyway, he did. He played king forwards. And then I thought, well, what do I do here? I played rook here. And then the idea is, if he plays rook takes pawn now, I just take his pawn. And then I'll be threatening his pawn with check. So he's got some problems. He played pawn to hits, so I just gave him a check. So pawn to b3 in this position here. Oops, go back one square joining. Pawn to b3 was better. Anyway, he played pawn there, so I gave him a check. He's down to 1 minute 53. I've got 2 minutes and 4 cents because I've been playing good moves and saving on time. He moved his king back, and I played rook e8. So the whole idea is get all your pieces working, right? And now, if he played h3 to protect his pawn, had he taken this pawn again, I would have taken that one. He would be dead meat. So I played rook e5. I thought, well, rook e4, sorry, threatening his bishop, and I'm just improving my position. And I'm asking him a few questions. He moved bishop back, and then I played c5. Now he's got absolutely nothing. He's got no attack on anything. Or even this pawn here now is just all protected. Played rook here. I played king c6, and you can see that just overprotects all the pieces. And now he played rook, doubling the rooks. But I've got this wonderful move here where I can exchange pieces. Can you see the move that I played? Grandmaster, you can see the move I played here, can't you? Come on, think about it. What move would I play in this position? Chess School. Come on, we're at Chess School today. And if you chose rook here, protected by the bishop and the pawn, well, you were correct, because he must exchange one castle. He played bishop there, which doesn't do anything, so I took his castle off. And when he recaptured, I just played knight there. And knight there attacks his castle and his bishop. And it's in this position. He played rook there, took his bishop. He took back. And then I played rook takes pawn. And in this position, he's in a mess. He played rook here to attack all my pawns, and he thought maybe I'll get some compensation. But I had a plan. I've got a plan. Pawn here. And now if he takes the pawn, he's got a problem. He's got a big problem, and that is rook takes pawn. What do? Do I take the pawn with check? No, because he'll be in the queen square. So I make a better move than that. I push the pawn again. Now I'm threatening rook takes pawn check. And why? Because the Magnus Carlsen's rule of the square, he's outside of this square here. Outside of the square. Sorry, that square there for the pawn. So it means he can't catch the pawn. Okay, so it's his move here. He played rook there, attacks the pawn. Now he wants to come over here. But I've got a big move for him. Rook takes pawn check. He captures with the rook. I take his rook, and then that's it. He's flagged. He just gave up because he knows that if he takes the bishop, he hasn't got time to move here. He can't go if he can't stop the pawn. I'll go pawn here, and he can't catch the passed pawn, and black wins. There you go. So it was very, very clinical, that particular position. That was Alexander 555. It was game 19. So he was rated 2,437. I played at 94.6% accuracy for a rating performance of 2,750. Okay, so we're going to move to game 18. We'll go back again. So we just had a look at that game there against Mr. Alexander. And now we've got Dzuffin. Mr. Candidate Master Dzuffin. He's a real candidate master. He's a titled player. And he's from France. So we're moving to France now. My opponent played at 75.6% accuracy. I played at 85.5%. And the point of this is not to say how good I am or anything like that. The whole point is to show you the journey I took to get from 2200 to 2350 or 2360, right? In this game, I'm rated 2307 So I'm on the move. I've cracked the 2300 mark, and I'll show you how we proceeded from here. And this is against our candidate master, dzuffin. Okay. Okay, e4 he opened up with. He's got the white pieces, so he's got no excuse. He had the first move. Knight f3, knight c6. We've seen this before. Knight f6. Bishop b5. I played d6. Played pawn here, and that's my favourite position. As white, I love that position as white. White's got all the right moves here. I just took the pawn off. He took with the knight, and I just played bishop here to protect my knight. He played bishop takes knight. That's a bit early. I took with the bishop, and I thought, well, what are you going to do? He moved his king. I think he meant to castle, but perhaps he just made a bad move. So I moved my bishop back, and now the reason for moving the bishop back was as well, he's made a bad king move, okay, and also now if he plays g3, I can give him a damn check. Also, I've got the two bishops, so why let him play knight takes bishop? Anyway, he just played f3, I played g6, he went e3, I went bishop g7, he played king f2, I played h6, I didn't want him attacking my king. He played rook there, I thought queen here was better, so that way I can't castle because he'll take the pawn off. And anyway, so now I can castle. He played queen to d2, now he's got the move order right, but one move behind. Now I can play king h2 and protect the pawn. He played king back, and he's wasted a few moves here. Played rook e8, just putting pressure on the e-pawn. He's got a lovely pawn chain. There's nothing I can do, really. But I've got to just sort of outweight him. And he's down to 2 minutes 51. I've got 2 minutes 48. I've got to come up with moves. So I just thought, kill time, play pawn here quickly, and there's no knight moves and stuff like that to annoy me. Played a4. This is a great move. a4 is a great move. Tries to restrict my expansion ideas. So I played rook e7. My plan was to play queen here and just threaten the pawn. So that's a plan. He played knight back. Now I played queen here. It's not really good at all. But he pushed the pawn, and I don't think he should have pushed the pawn. I thought pawn here was a good move too. So anyway, but I've now played bishop e6, played knight f4. This is a great move by white. White's actually got the advantage. If we go to the evaluation bar, you'll see white's got a considerable advantage, beautiful pawn chain, and control over the d5 square. So black is just making time. I played rook to b8. That's just a waiting move. He played bishop hits rook, and so I hit him. And he went back. Now I could try to get a draw here, but I played queen here. Just another waiting move just to see what he's going to do, because he was actually threatening to play knight here. So he played queen there. He's waiting too. Everyone's waiting. So I played pawn to c6. Now the whole idea is that's to stop the knight coming in. Right? Stop the knight coming in. White's winning. Played knight here. Now he wants to come in here. But I'm going to run away. Right? So I did. I ran away. And he played pawn to b3. Well, that doesn't do too much. So I wasn't too worried about it. So it's in this position. I played d5. It's the thematic move. Just push the pawn in the middle of the board. See how we go. He played bishop hits castle. And I thought to myself, what do I do here? So I just played rook there. And now he can hit me again with the bishop and just play bishop here. And I'll probably just go back here. But let's see what he did. He played the knight in. I wasn't worried about that at all. And I thought, at last, a chance to play a move that's decent. So I played pawn takes pawn. And I want to open up my castles. White's still winning, by the way. Played knight takes bishop. So I played pawn takes. I've got weak pawn here. Right, so computer evaluation saying White's winning. He's got a better structure. Pawn takes. And now black is winning. Isn't it amazing how the position can change? And now, can you see the winning move? Because he should have taken with the knight. And that was one of my little tricks there. It's one of the reasons why I took the pawn and left the weaknesses there. I thought, make one mistake, buddy, and I'll make you pay for it. So I'll give you a few seconds to work out what move black played to win the position. Well, we played knight hits queen. Now, the problem he's got is that with the knight, it's covering the square, bishop's covering that square, it means he can't stop the check. Can't stop the bishop check. Anyway, he moved his queen there, desperation, so I gave him a check, and now he's got a problem. He's got a big problem, right? He's got a massive problem, and the problem is that if he moves his king the other way, if he goes this way, if he goes in the corner here, we just play knight check and take his rook with check. So he decided to go that way, and then we've got a nice little move here. Rook checks, because his king is somewhat exposed there. Now he played king there. So we thought, well, what can we do in this position? So we thought, we'll give him another check. And now you can see he can't go back to f1. He can't go there, can't go there, so he must go here. Okay, so king up. And now it's in this position. It's white to move it. Can you find the winning move? Well, I played knight checks. I thought it was a good move. And he took my bishop off. I thought, oh no, what have I done? Anyway, so I thought I'll give him a check with the knight. And, oh, sorry, did I mention it's double check? It's check by the queen and by the knight. It's double check. Moved his king back. He's attacking my castle. So I took his queen, played rook checks, and now he thought, oh, goodness gracious. So I moved my king back. I didn't like that move. And now it's his move here in this position. He played king takes, and now I played queen there. And the reason being is I don't want him to go in here and get protection, so I want to take his rook if he goes there. And I also want to give him a rook checks. Anyway, he played pawn there, so I just played queen check. And then he resigned. He realised that if he goes here, it's checkmate. And that was the end of Candidate Master Dzuffin, all the way from France. Thank you very much, Candidate Master Dzuffin. He's been marked off. We're going to move to game 16. We haven't got 16 games. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. Did I say 8 before? 9 games. So now we're going to see playing black against BlitzKrg. Where's BlitzKrg? BlitzKrg, here he is. Okay, we're playing black against, BlitzKrg is black. He's from Hungary. Lots of good players from Hungary. Did you know that the great Grandmaster Lajos Portis was from Hungary? And, yeah, Lajos Portis, he came to Australia once and did some simultaneous exhibitions on his tour. He was a candidate for the World Championship, Lajos Portis of Hungary. Right, and now, right, I was rated 22.9, he was rated 22.94. I played at 90.8% accuracy for a rating performance of 2,650, Teddy. That's right, 2,650. Teddy's just watching and learning. I'm teaching you everything you know, Teddy. He already knows everything. Okay, so this is BlitzKrg, and here we go. C4, we opened up with the English opening. Now, most of the games I'm showing you here today, I played the black pieces, and I thought it was great that I could move from a rating of under 2,300, under 2,200, wasn't it? Yeah, under 2,200 to get up to 2,350, so I gained 150 rating points. So, but I had to perform well against high-rated players. This player, BlitzKrg, is 22.94 for for the purposes of this game, I was actually reached 23-24, so I was higher rated than him. Okay, so here we go. It's the English opening. It's the Agincourt defence, named after the Battle of Agincourt, which was famous in British history. And D5 is played by BlitzKrg. BlitzKrg is from Hungary, as I told you. Knight F3. Magnus Carlsen likes to play this line. Knight F6. G3. Bishop E7. The idea is just to put pressure on the central pawns. Nothing complicated. Bishop G2. Fianchettoing that bishop. Fianchettoing. Right. He played castles. I castled. He played knight there, and I thought, what do I do here? I played queen c2. It's an older style move. I thought, well, I'll just play that and just see what he does. Played b6, and I thought to myself, how do I exploit his position? So I played knight hits knight. I thought, well, that threatens knight here. What's he going to do about it? Well, he put his bishop there. So in that position, I took his pawn off, right? He took with the pawn. I thought, great, I'm going to play knight here. It's occupying his white square right down his throat. It's making him very uncomfortable. And that way I can take his bishop. Then I've got the two bishops. Okay, so two bishops for the endgame. So I'm looking at the endgame even now. In the middle game, I'm looking at the endgame, right? Okay, because I'm the endgame master. That's it, right? So he played queen e8, good move. I played knight takes bishop. He played queen takes. And I thought, what move can I play here to annoy him? And I thought, well, why not rip his pawn off? So I did. Now, his best move is probably bishop here, threatening that pawn. Okay, and what did he play? Well, he played rook there, bad move. Bishop there was far better, threatening this pawn. Anyway, so I played bishop there. I thought, well, I'll get my pieces out. And I think my plan is, well, he could take this pawn off. It wasn't a great move. But white's winning. I suppose it's good to be able to annoy him, I suppose. I just wanted to develop. He played queen there because I wanted to get out of trouble. So I played queen to d6. Played queen takes queen. Again, wondering why he never took the pawn. Anyway, I took that back with the castle. Now I'm threatening his castle. I thought, yippee-ki-yay. He's not threatening anything, and I've stolen a pawn. So he moved his rook, so I developed a knight. That stops his rook from entering the c2 square and attacking my pawns along that rank. So he played knight there to swap the pieces off, and I thought, you be beauty. So I took his knight, takes with the pawn, and then I thought, rook here, I'll just challenge the rooks. After all, in this position, he's got the pawn here. It's advanced. That means it's a little bit weak. That pawn, a little bit weak. And I've got the two bishops in an open position. So white's very, very, very much winning, as indicated by the evaluation bar. Knight f6. So I played bishop back, and he played bishop there. And the reason why I played bishop back there is I was preempting. If you played bishop here to go here, right, so there, I could just go back here and then his knight can't penetrate, okay? That was my plan. Anyway, he played bishop there, and now he's threatening something. He's threatening rook takes rook and to steal this pawn. Didn't like that, so I played pawn to b3, and he played knight back. And I thought, great, do something useful, won't you? So took his rook off, and now he took back. Now, I think my best move here, now that I look at it, is bishop here, pinning his knight against his castle. Let's see what I played. Played rook here. I think bishop there was a bit better, or maybe a lot better. Rook takes rook, bishop takes rook. Now we've got that endgame. I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 pawns against 6. Big advantage for white. Evaluation bar. He played pawn here. We'll go through it quickly. I played bishop f4 to activate my bishop. Played king there. Played king to f1. I want to get my king over here, up here, to support my extra pawns. King there, extra pawn, king e1. I don't want to weaken my pawn structure. He played pawn there. I played h4, that stops this pawn move. These pawns can be targets. If he moves his knight, he can't move his knight there, he can't go there. If he goes here, I can just go jump in here and threaten his knight and his pawn. So his knight's pretty well badly placed. He played pawn there, so now he doesn't like bishop there. He wants to move his pawns. So I played king up, and he played pawn there. So I just thought, well, I'll play pawn here. Again, if he plays knight here, I can just play bishop here. Okay, so he played pawn there, and here I played bishop there. Okay, now he plays knight there. I played king up. I wanted to go in here, king here, and take all his pawns off. I wanted to be ruthless. He played knight there, so I moved my king up. I thought, I'll take a pawn. I'll let you have a pawn while I go and hunt for your pawns. He played knight takes pawn. Here I come, king there. Moved his bishop back, so I attacked him. Moved his bishop back again, so I attacked his bishop again. And now he's got a problem. Okay, and now it's in this position. He played pawn there. So I played pawn check. Why not? Well, he can't take the pawn because he'll lose the bishop, right? So he moved his king back, and it's in that position I then played bishop check. Chase him away. He's got to stay on the bishop, so he moves there. Now his position is totally passive, and now it's in that position I can play bishop here, and I'm threatening bishop takes, pawn check. Okay, so he played pawn there, he protects it, good move. And now played king hits pawn. Well, he's got to do something about that pawn. So he played king there, played king here. Now I'm attacking two pawns, right? And I've got a very solid position. I played pawn here, so I played bishop takes pawn. That's the purpose of everything. He took the bishop, king takes, endgame master, pawn takes and recaptures. I've got to pass pawns and a powerful bishop against his knight. Evaluation bar says I win. Plays knight to attack a pawn. Wants to take it off. We just play bishop back. Plays king there. We play king here. There's no checks. And now we can just push our pawn forwards through a queen. He gave us a check. We go back. He's got no more checks. Knight, if he plays knight takes bishop, we take with this one. And we just win. He played king back. So it's in this position. We just play pawn forwards. He's not doing anything. King, pawn forwards again. Knight there. King up. In we come. Gives us a check. And in we go again. And we just go over here and take all his pawns off the board. And that's the end of the game. That's the end of BlitzKrg 2294, all the way from Hungary. Right, that's BlitzKrg's marked off. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games to go. Now we're going to move to Norway, the home of Magnus Carlsen. We're at Chess School, and we're showing you how to get your rating from 2200 to 2350, gain 150 rating points in one day. Right, so that's how we're showing you how we did it. And you can take some of the ideas that we present to you here on Chess School, some of those ideas, well, you too can improve your rating. Okay, that's the aim of the game. That's why we're showing you these selection of games, because they're especially chosen because they're instructive. Okay, rightio. So we're going back now. We're going back to the this time it's game 14, and it's White's Adagio from Norway. Adagio from Norway? It didn't just show that game, did I? No, that was the last one was from Hungary. It was BlitzKrg. So now we're moving to Adagio from Norway. There he is there. There's Adagio. I played at 91.4% accuracy. Game lasted 33 moves. Okay, I was 2342. My opponent was 2372. So he was 40 points higher rated. Okay. Right, and here we are in the game. Bingo. And we're not using the chess.com analysis tool. We're just using our own brain to work out the analysis as we go along. Is that correct, Teddy? Well, that's correct, Johnny. Thank you, Teddy. Teddy's got it all together. Okay, so 1 second. I'm just going to go back. I stuffed that up. Adagio. Here we go. Just make sure we put the B2. That's the way it's played. The way chess is played, eh? This is the King's Pawn opening. We're playing the black pieces. So he's 23.72. I'm 23.42. He's 30 points higher, and he's from Norway. That's where all the good players come from. C5. We're playing. If you want to win a game, I was listening to some of the commentators at Tata Steel, and they talk about Ivanchuk, the mighty Ivanchuk, and they said, oh, he chose the Sicilian because he wanted to win. That's what I did. Knight F3, D6, Bishop B5, check. I suppose I had something to prove. Knight C6, castles, Bishop D7, Rook E1. He might want to try to get an early E5 in, so I played A6. I thought, well, I'll just play quietly. He moved his bishop to F1. I played G6. The point is, I just want to get my pieces working. He played C3. I wasn't worried about that. So I played Bishop G4. I moved my bishop twice. That's okay, because when he moved his bishop, he moved it once, then moved it back again. He moved his bishop twice. So that means I can move my bishop twice. Played pawn there. Of course, if he played pawn here, I could have taken his knight and pinched his pawn. Okay, so I take his knight. That stops him. Now he can't play D4 without losing a pawn. Okay, so I played Bishop G7, further increasing pressure on that square. He played pawn to D6, and I thought, well, I'll play E6. I thought, well, I didn't like the idea of playing knight here and getting pinned along there. So I thought, well, I'll just play knight to G file to E7 and support a D5 thrust, perhaps, just depending on what my opponent plays. Anyway, I played knight B file to D2. White's got a better position. You can see that in the evaluation bar. Teddy! I love this bear. Okay, rightio. So he played H3. Played queen back. He moved his queen back. That looks like a funny move. It blocks his bishop. Eh? So what's his plan? Maybe he wants to push the F pawn. He played knight F3. Well, that's a slow plan. He's still blocking his bishop. So I'm happy. So I just played pawn here, and I'm increasing my pressure along the diagonal. Played queen C2 to defend it. So I just played pawn takes pawn. I thought, well, pawn takes. And then I'll play castles. Now he can't play pawn here because he'll lose a pawn. He can't play pawn here because we'll take his castle. So we've got pressure on the centre, and we haven't done anything brilliant. He played bishop E3. He wants to play D4. That's his plan. How do we stop that? Well, we played rook C1. Now if he plays pawn here, we can just take it off with the knight or the pawn. Yep, that's right. You'll see why I can do that. Knight here. Knight to D4. D4. And it's in this position that he probably should play a move like bishop takes knight and pawn there. Anyway, he doesn't. He plays the queen there. So just take his bishop off. And then when he takes with the queen, how many times has he moved his queen? Okay, I played knight there. So again, he still can't push the pawn. It stopped him. So he moved his queen back. And so I thought, well, I'll play queen here. Now I'm threatening this pawn here, right? Okay, now this is also a trap. I'm threatening this pawn. And also, if he plays D4, I can play pawn takes pawn. And he takes with the pawn. I can play knight takes pawn. Do you want me to show you that? Oh, it's quite brilliant, really. Pawn here. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes. Knight takes pawn. Now, if he takes with the bishop, we play rook takes rook. But he doesn't have to. He might play the rook first, and then I take with the rook, and then if he takes the knight, I just take his bishop, and if he takes with the queen, well, I win his castle. A bit of good calculation there, don't you think? I think that's really nice. Anyway, play queen to c2, and now we'll just go back to the normal game now. Knight to d4. We've done it again. We've got in there and annoyed him. He played queen to d1. So I played knight to b5, and the evaluation bar says the position is better for black. Did you see how that changed? In that position, knight d4, he plays queen to d1, right? And now, knight to b5. We're on this pawn again. We just don't give him any mercy. Okay, no mercy for the wicked. Anyway, it's in this position he plays c4. And I thought, well, great. I'm just going to play my knight in the middle of the board. And he makes a big mistake. He should not take that knight, but he does. Bishop takes knight, bishop takes. Now, this pawn here, you know, it's the weakest square on the... You know, when you do your first learning to play chess, you know about 3-move checkmates and 4-move checkmates. Well, often all that is on the f2 square, the weakest square on the board. So now black's got a really towering bishop. Queen c2, we play f5. The idea now is to play pawn takes pawn and rook takes pawn. So anyway, he played rook e2, so I took his pawn off. And he took back with the pawn. He thinks everything's protected, but no, it's not. Rook takes pawn. There we go. It's a killer. Now he plays rook takes rook, and now we play rook hits rook, right? And we're just winning the game. He played king there, so we play rook takes, hits the queen, and now it's in this position. Black's winning, evaluation bar again. Plays queen there. He wants to come down here with a check. I said, no, you're not going to do that to me. So I played queen here, and now I'm threatening his castle. He played rook hits queen. Anyway, I've got an answer for that. I played queen there. And now what does he do? Well, he played bishop d3, but this is a mistake. All his moves are actually mistakes. Yeah. In this position, I think I can actually play rook takes pawn. I think I can play that. To show you what I played I played bishop there because I don't see how he's going to stop the checkmate. And guess what happened? He played king here. It's in that position. I just played rook hits queen, right? Because it's protected by the bishop. And that's a big checkmate coming in. Check and checkmate. And it's in this position that Adagio2026 from Norway, he resigned. Okay, right. So that was Adagio. We'll mark him off. Adagio. That was right. So we've now got 4 games left. 4 games left in this video. And we're going to TerribleFeline. You're going to love this game. You will love this game. Okay, you will love this game. If you don't love this game, you don't have to subscribe to the channel. Okay. If you don't love this game, well, you don't love chess. Okay, here we go. Right, so we're just going to go back. And we're going to find the TerribleFeline. That's what her name is on chess.com. TerribleFeline. Where is the TerribleFeline? I don't know. I'm trying to find her. TerribleFeline. I'll tell you how it's easy to find her. The game's only 13 moves long. 13 moves. That's right. This young lady is 2,320, right? 2,320. And some of the women players are really good in the openings and stuff like that. Okay, so, but this time we outplayed her. And according to the chess.com chess coach, TerribleFeline, we played at 96.4% accuracy. That's super grandmaster standard. And we played, she was 23.20, I was 23.57 at this stage. Okay, and the game is a interesting one. On white, I opened up with e4. She played d6. I played d4. Knight f6. I just played knight c3, just defended the pawn. g6, Peter Merrifield, if you're watching. Gill Clips, if you're watching. Bishop e2 I played. Bishop g7 is played. I played bishop g5. Some people used to call this, this is like an Averbach system, I think. I think it was like an Averbach system. h6 is played, and I played bishop e3. The whole idea is if black castles, you play queen to d2, you get a tempo. Knight b-file to d7 is played. I played queen to d2. Now black can't castle because they lose a pawn. So black chooses c5. I played d takes c5, and the chess.com engine says, great move, best move. I remember that from looking at the game because I was wondering whether I played the best move. Knight takes was played. I just played bishop takes knight, takes back. I played queen takes d8 check, king takes d8, and I castled with check. So I've got superior development. My opponent played, wait for it, bishop d7. Now it's in this position. You've got to find a good move for white. Can you find a good move for white? Well, I played e5. I'm attacking a knight. And my opponent played knight to e8. Looks like a good move. But bishop b5 and the game's over. Black realises rook takes bishop check is coming and decided I can't take any more of this pain. Bishop takes bishop is also playable. It's an absolute mess, right? So that's how we beat the TerribleFeline all the way from Spain, España. Right, terrible female. 13 moves, 2,320. You want to find out how you beat these 2,300, 2,400 players? Well, just keep watching. Okay, so now we're moving up a little bit here. This time we're playing Nacho Honey. Nacho Honey. Game 8, I think it was. Game 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's Nacho Honey. I played at 92.37% accuracy. We're at Chess School with Grandmaster Teddy and I, FIDE Master John Curtis, and we're going to look at the game against Nacho Honey. Nacho Honey M-A-R Mark II is from Spain. Nacho Honey. So another Spaniard. Is another Spaniard. Right, here we go. Nothing like the 13 move game though. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6. We've got the King's Pawn opening. It's the King's Knight variation. Bishop B5, Rai Lopez, A6, Bishop A4, Knight F6, castles, B5 attack the bishop. Bishop moves to B3. We played Bishop E7, hoping to get a marshal. Opponent played Rook E1. I castled. C3 is played and we thought, damn it, it's time for the marshal attack, Teddy. You know I love to play the marshal attack. So does even all the grandmasters are frightened about it. It was played by Frank Marshall many, many years ago. You can look it up. I played D5. He played E takes D5. I like this move E4 to confuse them. Opponent played Knight G5, trying to confuse me. I played Knight E5. Knight takes E4 was played. And now in this position, I'm 2 pawns down. But I thought, well, I'll just pop my knight in there just to annoy my opponent. And Knight takes F6 was played. That develops my position. Can't be good. So I took with the bishop. Opponent played Rook E3. And now I've got a choice. If I play bishop here, which looks like the natural move, my opponent can play bishop here. Right? So it's a bit tricky. It's probably the best move. Probably, I'm not sure about that, but maybe bishop here is the best move. Okay. You know, I took the bishop. I wasn't sure. It's a blitz game after all, and I just played bishop here. I thought, I'll just get my pieces out and do the best I can. Knight there, bishop takes pawn. I was happy. This knight seems to be badly placed. Rook there, good idea to pin my bishop against my queen. So I just played c6. My opponent played knight back there, wants to play knight here. Very ingenious, wants to put more pressure on this bishop. But I've got a plan. I play rook a7, opponent plays knight there, and I play rook here. And now the queen and rook are still on the back rank, and they all seem to be discombobulated. Opponent played bishop takes, and I played pawn takes. But the problem with the position is this rook's badly placed. Pawn to a4 was played, so I played d5. I thought, well, let's mix it up a little bit. My opponent played pawn takes pawn, so I just played rook takes. I thought, oh, I'm happy with that. Opponent played rook takes, I played queen takes, and now I'm on this pawn here, and I've got central domination. The engine says it's better for white. Only marginally, only slightly. So how do we outplay our opponent from here? We'll recapture the pawn. A rook there, excellent move, if you like excellent moves. I played queen there. It's a twofold purpose move. I'm threatening bishop takes pawn, but at the same time I'm holding the castle to its logical conclusion. Rook there's played. Knight here is a real big threat now. So I played rook there to stop knight there. Knight was dangerous. And now I'm on this pawn. But I don't want to do it just yet because I've got to protect my back rank. So I played h6. My opponent played rook to the 7th rank, and now it's in this position I played, wait for it, queen takes pawn. My opponent played queen here, so what do I do in this position? Well, I could cry, but I didn't. I played rook there, and I'm still on this pawn over here. Opponent played pawn to b3, good idea to protect the pawn. Played bishop d5, and now you can see I'm on the castle, and I'm on the knight. It's a double attack. My opponent's worried now, having overreached their position. Played queen here, but I played bishop takes knight. Be a mistake to take the castle because you would lose your queen, or I would. Pawn takes, queen takes, pawn check, and now black has just got a simple win. King there, queen takes pawn, very easy to play. Rook there, and now in this position. Well, rook here probably wins. Threatening a rook check. That probably just wins straight up. However, we played queen check there because the queen's protecting this pawn. The king moved there. I think the king was better to go here. Now the king's on the back rank. It's a problem, real big problem. Pawn's going forwards. And now rook to... Wrong move. Rook to b2 was forced. If you want to get a draw, rook to b2 was the only move. I played queen checks. That stops the perpetual check. White wanted to play rook takes, rook check, 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 check. It's a draw. However, now after king here, I can play rook takes rook, queen takes, and after king there, white resigns because we've got 4 pawns and this one can't be stopped. And there are no checks along here because we will just take it off. Okay, so that's how we beat 2,362. Nacho Honey from Germany, wasn't it? Spain, sorry, I'll get that right, Spain. We've played tonight, we've played, got 2 games to go. We've played people from Norway, Hungary, France, Poland, Brazil. We've played them from everywhere, right? And Spain, and now we've got two games from Germany. Again, we're going back to Germany. And we've got a game 87.3 and 87.6. It's against RaphaelGilles. Right, I'm 23.52. 2352. Here, this is the game here. So we're playing this game here. 2352. RaphaelGilles, is it? Yeah, this is the one. Okay. I think it was game 5. Okay. This is the second last game. Then we got, but it's a good one. It's a goodie. It's a goodie. RaphaelGilles is 2,378. No easy feat. We're playing a white piece at this time. My rating is 2,352. So I've moved from under 2,200 up to 2,352, gaining more than 150 rating points against these guys. Tough opponents. Magnus Carlsen lost to a 2,200 the other day in Title Tuesday. If you haven't seen the game, look at it because it's a great game. D4, knight f6. Magnus played really well. He outplayed his opponent and overlooked checkmate in 2 moves. D6, unlikely for the world champion, the super world champion. Bishop there. And now he's developed his bishop early. He's vacated the white squares over here. That's what I notice when I'm playing. So I play queen b3. I'm protecting the knight, but at the same time I'm threatening the pawn that his bishop is just vacated. So he plays knight there, and I thought to myself, what can I do here? I snatched his pawn, that's what I did. Anyway, he played pawn there. He wants to get some play. So I just pushed the pawn. Played knight to b6. I played queen a, whatever it was. Okay, so I've gone back, played g6, and now in this position I played b3. And the reason why I played b3 is he wants to go here, but I want to get ready to play bishop here. Black's winning here, apparently. He played bishop there, so I played bishop there. And the evaluation bar says it's better for black. Better for black. Anyway, he played bishop, it's queen. So I played queen to a5. I just put the queen out a safe square because now if he moves his knight, I can change queens. Anyway, so he played castles. I played knight b file to d2. I'm just developing all my pieces. He played e6, so I just took it off. And he played pawn takes. So I played pawn e3. Remember, I'm the pawn up because I've stolen a pawn. He played d5. Now, it's very important here that we don't overreach. So what we played here was bishop e2. We want to develop and castle. We hold our extra pawn and castle. White's winning now, by the way. So White's winning. The evaluation bar is now showing Teddy, showing us as winning the game. After stealing that pawn, rook there is there. Now, we could take another pawn, but I think that would be very greedy because after rook here, the queen would be trapped. So you can't take that a pawn. Castle's a better move. Queen there is played. And now, several moves to be played here. But we played bishop hits castle just to keep him honest, keep my opponent honest. He played rook there, and I played rook to c1. I want to be able to play pawn takes pawn and queen takes pawn and clean him up. He moved his knight back correctly, so I took his bishop off, took with the queen, and now White's winning because of the extra pawn. No other reason, but because of the extra pawn. I played queen hits queen. I thought, well, do you want to swap pieces? He says, no, I'm going over there. I thought, well, great, you go over there and I'll do something else. So I played rook to d1. I'm getting all my pieces working. And my plan is to transfer pieces to the king side, open him up at the time that I feel is right. Played rook there. Played knight hits knight. I just want to control that square. There's another reason for it too. Knight here would be a good move with the old knight check at some stage. And my 2 knights connect. As it was, he played knight there, so I just thought, well, great, I'll play knight hits knight. I'm moving out by removing a knight to near his king. He's got less attack. Played rook there, and now he's threatening rook takes pawn, sort of. So I played f3. And I thought, there's not much he can do here. I'm threatening maybe... I want to play pawn takes pawn, but probably threatening pawn to a4, pawn to a5. That might be an idea. Might be threatening that. Got to be careful here. He's still on the E pawn. Played pawn here, and I thought, well, great. We'll take his bishop. And he pushed the pawn on the queen. I thought, you beauty. Because now I've got, what that does is it gives me this lovely square for my knight. So I just took the pawn off. He takes back. Played queen to d3. Played knight takes bishop. And he's running short of time. He's got 28 seconds. You can see the 28 seconds there. I've got 33 seconds, right? Played knight there. He played knight there. Wants to put his knight here and put it in here and cause me trouble. And he'd be right. If he could do that, it'd be great. Anyway, I played knight takes pawn. It's in this position. He played knight there, and he wants to put his knight in here. And so I thought, well, I'm not going to allow all that. I'm going to play knight hits castle. And I've got a little plan. So he played rook here. So I took his pawn off. Now if he plays knight here, well, I can just pin his knight. I could just play rook here and pin his knight. But it might be the best move, I'm not sure. Anyway, but it's in that position. What did happen there? Well, I played knight to d4. He played rook there. That's a big mistake. He thought he was pinning a knight against the queen, but I've got the move. Knight takes knight. I'm threatening knight takes with check. So now if he takes the queen, I play knight takes check, and I win the rook. Roll my whole castle up. If he plays pawn takes knight, I simply take his queen or his castle off, and that'd be the end of the game. So that was RaphaelGilles. That was number 5, and now we'll just go back to number 4, and we're playing RaphaelGilles again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. This time I'm playing at 82.9% accuracy. Game was played January 31, as I said to you earlier. It's a 3+2. I rated 2361. He's rated 2369. It's a big battle. So let's go and have a look at the game. It's the last game in our session tonight of Chess School. I hope you've really enjoyed this session, but we'll go through this game and then we'll say our goodbyes and wish you well and give you a blessing. Here we go. Right, so bang. Right, 2369, all the way from Germany is RaphaelGilles. D4 is played. Knight f6. Bishop hits knight. This is a book move. It's called the Trompovsky attack. E6 is played. Knight b file to d2. d5. E3. h6. We're just attacking a knight. He takes it. Queen takes. And bishop d3. Okay, so but now I've got e4 pawn there. I haven't got much development, but at least I've pushed a pawn. I've solved the problem of the pawn, and I've got the 2 bishops. He took the pawn, so I took it off, and he played the knight there. So what do I do here? Well, I play queen takes pawn. I've stolen a pawn again. My mate Buffer used to always say, Johnny, take off all the dang pawns. In this position, black is better. Believe it or not, that's what the evaluation bar says. Have a look at it. Okay, so rook castles, and we played queen there. Okay, it seems to be a good move. He played pawn forwards, played bishop hits knight, and the engine says it's not a bad move, but not a good move. White is better now. He took the pawn, took his knight. I've given up a bishop, that's the trouble. He took with the knight, and now he's got a decent game. So I castled quickly. My opponent played queen there. Remember, he's got 6 pawns. I've got 6 now. So he's actually got his pawn back. He's got good development. White's winning. So it's in this position that White's got a complete win according to the evaluation bar. And I wonder what the move is. There must be a great move. Anyway, he's got a winning position. I can't see him knock out. Played knight there. Played Queen C5. I'm just running around. Look at the position change with the evaluation bar. Black's nearly equal. Played Rook there. You're only going to make one mistake. Played Knight F6. White's still got tiny initiative. Played Rook there. I played Bishop. Hits Queen. Gives me time. Time is so important. If I don't play that move, he's going to play pawn here. I don't like that. So I need to play Rook hits Rook as quick as possible. He played Queen there, so I played Rook hits Rook. And now he played Rook here. So I take his castle off. And then he goes there. Then it's my move. I've got to find a good move. So I played Rook E8. Now if he plays Knight takes Bishop, we can play Rook takes Rook and check him. So he won't like that. So he played C4, and now Black is better. And I played a really good move here, I think. I played Bishop back. Well, that's not a bad move. He's threatening my Bishop. Anyway, he played King there. So I played Knight hits Knight. And look at this move. Because he moved the King over, I'm threatening Knight takes pawn check. He can't take the Knight because of Rook takes Rook check. So this King move to the corner was not good. And Black, the evaluation bar says Black's winning. He's got 1 minute 33. I've only got 41 seconds. How many games have you guys watched me lose on time? Anyway, played Queen G3, King back to G1. Good move. And it's in this position I played Queen there. Look at that move, will you? So now I'm threatening Rook takes Knight wins. And he can't push the pawn to chase the Knight away or play pawn here to protect the Knight. Because the pin's still there. So that's the beauty of Queen there. It's in this position, he played pawn there. I just played Rook takes Rook. Now I'm threatening his Rook. Played Rook takes. I played Knight takes. And it's in that position, he resigned. He resigned because he's a piece down with absolutely no compensation whatsoever. His Bishop's attacked and he's got no compensation, absolutely nothing. And we could just improve our position with Bishop here. We could do whatever we liked. So there you go. He can't even play Bishop back here because of Queen checks and takes his Bishop. So it's, well, I wouldn't give up that Knight. That's a great Knight, isn't it? Okay, so that's the end of that game. That's all, folks. Okay. So listen, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Our chess school stream with Grandmaster Teddy and myself. And we've been talking and yakking away. You must be exhausted, absolutely exhausted. But we played lots of games. We played Norway, Hungary, France, Poland, Brazil, Spain, Germany. We played the whole lot of them. It was almost like an Olympiad, wasn't it, Grandmaster Teddy? It certainly was, Johnny. Well, God bless you all. God bless your families. Stay well, stay healthy, and keep pushing wood. As I say, keep pushing your pieces. And God bless you all, okay? We've got to go. Arrivederci. Didn't play anybody from Italy this time.